Hey, it's the Empire. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon for more videos. We taking over. Let's go, champ. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's go.
Hey, it's the Empire, Geoboxing Empire, Boxer Boxing. Now, my boy Ryan Garcia, man, he calls out Gervante Tank Davis, man. He says he's ready to fight. Not only that, he says he can stop the kid in 2 rounds. Now, this is wild stuff coming from Ryan Garcia, man. A lot of people weren't too impressed with the Luke Campbell fight, and I broke the fight down. I said that inherently, if you're trying to stop a guy, you're trying to knock the guy out, you're most likely going to get caught because you're walking the guy down. Now, Ryan Garcia, he did not step one step back the whole Luke Campbell fight. He was walking him down, trying to stop the guy. Now, that being said, man, Ryan Garcia is obviously going the Anthony Joshua route. What I mean by that is he's going straight to the Lions, man. There's no building you up. There's just the Lions Den. You know, he built his record. He's made his career outside of boxing, building his IG following to millions of followers, and now he's going for the Sharks because right now it's do or die for Ryan Garcia. Right, he can keep fighting these tough contenders, or he can just fight the Lions. And the truth of the matter is, when you look at Anthony Joshua's career coming up, he had a tough fight as well against former undefeated contender in Dillian White. When they both fight each other, they're both undefeated. Right now, Luke Campbell did have a loss, but the point of the matter is, it was a tough fight, and Luke Campbell was a former gold medalist fighter, and he fought a tough fight with Vasily Lomachenko, and that fight was so competitive that going into this fight with Ryan Garcia, the odds are extremely close between the two fighters, right? Now, that being said, man, you know, Gervante Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia, I think that was a fascinating fight, and I like this in the sport of boxing. You know, everything does not have to be a let's build it up kind of a fight. People just want to see the fight, man. They want to see it. And, you know, Ryan Garcia is a phenomenal fighter, and fighting these contenders, man, people don't want to talk about it, man, but the division that Ryan Garcia is fighting in is stacked, man. There was rumors of him going to fight, you know, all the tough opposition around the weight class, and it's just littered with just monsters, man, just monsters. And that being said, man, you know, one of the fights I would like Ryan Garcia to fight, though, if he did fight in between Gervonta Tank Davis, would be a Leo Santa Cruz, man. I think that's a great fight for him. I think I want to know for sure that this is Mexico's best before Ryan Garcia fights before Ryan Garcia fights Gervonta Tank Davis. I think that'd be a really good fight, and that'd be a huge one, a pay-per-view bonanza. I think that can definitely do a million pay-per-view easy in Texas, right? That'd be a huge fight. You know, Ryan Garcia can also fight someone like a Carl Frampton. There's a lot of fights that the guy can fight, but obviously he wants the big names in America, and the big names in America, there is no bigger star than Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, you could argue that Teofimo Lopez is more accomplished, but as far as a deep resume goes, Gervonta Tank Davis has a deep resume. You know, he knocked out Gamboa. I mean, I can go down his guy's resume. I break it down all the time, and I really don't want to break it down every time I talk about the guy, because I'll be here just repeating myself. You know, go look at the record, man. Go look at the record. Look at the Carfax, if you will. You know, the guy, monster, man, the monster. You know, so that being said, man, Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis would be a good fight, but you know, I really want to see him fight Leo Santa Cruz, man. Let me know how you guys feel about him calling out Gervonta, though. I think that's a big fight. He says he can stop in around 2, so definitely it would be guns blazing. There wouldn't be no survival tactics. There wouldn't be any boxing. He won't pull a Floyd. You know, a lot of people see Ryan Garcia train like Floyd Mayweather in sparring, or not sparring, but like he'll hit like a heavy bag and he'll do like the Philly shell and he'll like bob and weave like Floyd. But when he's actually fighting, he's really aggressive. You know, his style reminds me of Amir Khan. But I think Amir Khan moves a little bit better than Ryan Garcia. But I do think Garcia has a better chin. You know, but he does remind me of Amir Khan as far as his style goes in the ring. He needs to work on his head movement. It's wild because, I don't know, I think the adrenaline maybe I've got to him, because when I see him train, he's always using his head movement. But in this fight, I guess he just didn't use it as well. Maybe he can't sit his punches as well while coming forward. Maybe he uses his head movement better moving backwards. I don't know. But in that Luke Campbell fight, he was just getting hit too many times on straight left. But, you know, he got the job done. He did it in spectacular fashion. So, all that being said, man, I think that the sooner Ryan Garcia fights Gervante Tank Davis, the better, because the Warriors are just too deep. The Warriors are too deep where Ryan is, man. Like I said earlier, Ryan Garcia was actually, they were talking about at least fighting Jose Pedraza, and Jose Pedraza dropped Vasyl Lomachenko the straight right. You know, a lot of these fighters, man, they have tough fights with these elite level fighters. You know, there's a lot of top fighters like Vasyl Lomachenko, Gervante Tank Davis, and David Henney, and all them. But the fighters are fighting, they're tough fighters. You know, these people aren't being washed. They're winning rounds. So Ryan Garcia going in fighting these contenders, there's a good chance that one of these dogs might have a lucky day. And to avoid that, Ryan Garcia needs to hop in these big fights right away, or he's going to be upsetted like Anthony Joshua. When Anthony Joshua didn't fight, you know, the top opposition after he beat Vladimir Klitschko, you know, he had that big upset loss with Andy Ruiz. Now, a lot of people didn't know much about Andy Ruiz, but, you know, the guy was basically undefeated because he only had that one loss against my boy Andy Ruiz. I mean, not Andy Ruiz, Joseph Parker. Andy Ruiz only had one loss, and that was a close fight. I thought Andy Ruiz won that fight. So that being said, man, Ryan Garcia, man, yeah, he does need to fight these Lions because that's the only way to solidify yourself right now. Fighting these tough contenders, they're too tough, man. They're too tough. And I think this is a smart move from Ryan Garcia. We're going to see how it all plays out. We're going to see who he picks next. But everyone wants to fight Ryan Garcia right now, man. Everybody wants to fight Ryan Garcia, right? Let me know how you guys feel about it, though, man. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the Empire. Geobasking Empire, bitch. Geobasking.